Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Wisdom of the House of Night oracle cards. And above my finger is who created them. I'm not going to butcher that name, but if you look up Wisdom of the House of Night oracle cards on the internet, you will see who made those easily, and you probably could get a copy of that deck if you'd like to, of course. Now, Aquarius. Okay. Kind of a hopscotch feel here. Oh, okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, now there's kind of there's an open spot in the center. So it's kind of like the beginning happens and then you seem to be distant from whatever you're dealing with until the end. So when we're coming into this, you got beauty and you got the House of Night belonging, which the belonging, this house, and this is intuitive, granted, but I'm feeling like it's one of those places where it just kind of seems a little strange. You feel a little out of place. But the truth is you definitely belong there. It's just kind of taking a while for you to really see the aspects of this situation that you really connect with. Like there's some nuances here that you really do resonate with, but it's taking a minute here for them to really come to the surface or to be apparent to you. So this is a good thing for you. But I feel like to see that you're fit in this situation, initially I feel like you're wondering, you're even questioning, like, should I even be here? But I do feel like you definitely do. It's just taking a minute for it to really make sense for some reason. And I do see that one of the reasons that might be is because you're kind of like, I feel like you're kind of just thrown into it. And when you're thrown into it, you're just kind of like, I don't know what you want me to do. It's kind of like one of those feelings. Like, it's almost like being thrown into a classroom with a bunch of kindergartners, and you're like, so I know I need to keep them from hurting themselves and each other, but beyond that, like, am I supposed to teach them something? Am I supposed to read to them? What do you want me to do with these kids? Like, what do you want me to do with them? And I feel that's the energy I feel you coming into. Like, you're thrown into the situation, and you're like, well, I get the basics, like keep everybody safe, but beyond that, what else what do you want me to do? Like, what is my direction here? And I feel like that's one of the reasons you're just kind of like, okay, all right. The thing is, when you're getting thrown into this, the situation you're dealing with is a disarray. I feel like it's a madhouse, quite frankly. And while I see the House of Night here, I'm getting like, there's things that are just not going right anyway. And what I'm getting is, I don't know if people are forgetting to tell you certain aspects to tell you so you know what to do next, or if they're just kind of a little bitter and they just don't want to help the situation. There's some of that going on here too. I'm feeling that with the Shadow Side card. Some people are a little bitter and they're just kind of like, well, I got passed up for that, so you figure it out on your own. And they don't even know you is what I'm getting. That's the kicker. I feel like I feel this energy coming towards an Aquarius from somebody they don't even know. Just kind of like, I was passed up for this, so you just figure it out on your own, you know. They decided you're the one that should have it, so figure it out. And it's a negative energy coming towards you that you don't really deserve. And that's another reason I feel like this could be happening to you. You might have some negative energy coming towards you that you didn't create, is what I'm getting. Not at least not in this situation. You didn't create that. So it is what it is. So you're getting thrown into the situation. At first glance, you're just like, okay. So you're making the best of it, though. You're like, all right, so there's no direction here. I know I have to keep everybody safe, but you know what? Let me see if I can organize this. And I feel like that's your first step. You're like, I'm not really sure what to do here, but some organization couldn't hurt. Getting some things aligned, like lining some things up so we at least see what we have, that can't be a bad thing. Let me start there. And I'm getting the Four of Wands with you. You're kind of getting things lined up is what I'm getting, and you're feeling a lot better. The people you're dealing with, They like that too. It seems to make more sense to other people. Lining things up. I feel like you're just getting things in order, understanding what you're looking at, helping other people understand what's actually going on here. It just seems to be, when I'm feeling your energy come in, it feels like, well, this is the first logical thing I can think to do, so I might as well do that. So that's what you do. Now, your next couple cards are the Six of Cups and the Hanged Man. The Six of Cups is a little strange because I don't feel like it's your history. I feel like it's a history specific to the situation. So there's a history to the situation, but I don't feel like it's like your history, if you will. You know what I mean? It's not something that happened to you. But whatever's been going on in this situation, that's coming forward. Whatever has been repetitiously happening, whatever problems have been constantly happening, that's coming forward with the Six of Cups. And the Hanged Man is telling me when these problems come forward, that's causing like a ripple. It's causing like a snag, if you will. And you're just kind of like, you're stuck for a moment. And you're just kind of like, oh boy. Other people, or somehow you're finding out that this is a repetitious problem. That information is coming to you one way or another, which is just making this even worse for you because you're like, oh, so people have tried to fix this before and failed. I have no idea how they tried to fix it. Chances are I'm going to try to fix it in a way that somebody else already tried, so this will be fun. It seems kind of interesting. It's almost like, all right, so this is a problem that keeps happening. Other people have tried to fix it and failed. No idea what they did. But chances are I'm going to probably go down one of these failed roads. So now what do I do? And you have to take like a breath, I feel, and just kind of like, okay, now what am I going to do? In the environment around you, there's this like hands-off attitude. Like people are letting you do what you want to do. Nobody seems to be really coming toward you to help you. They seem to be staying away from it. I feel like there's some people who just don't want to be involved with it. That's one of the reasons you got it, is what I'm getting. Because possibly you didn't realize what you were getting into. And other people are like, here, give it to the Aquarius. All right, now run. Just throw it to him and run. Just run. And they're just like, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anything to do with it. And they're just like looking busy, avoiding you, staying away from you because they don't want anything to do with it. Excuse me, I'm going to try to fight back a cough there. So that's some people are just like, I don't want anything to do with it. Forget it. Give it to the Aquarius and just run. Just run. Don't look back. Don't look back. Other people, they're trying to keep it your problem and they don't want it to be their problem. So some people are just flat out avoiding you and hiding. Other people are pushing it back towards you. So if you try to get some help, they're pushing it back on you. Like, you should handle that. You need to figure it out. I don't have time for that. That's your job. You do it. And I'm getting that with the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands because they're quite happy and comfortable with what they're doing. As long as they don't get involved with what you're doing, everything moves smoothly for them. And that's why they're pushing you back. They don't want anything to do with what you're handling because what they're dealing with is under control and calm and they know what to do. But if they get involved in your mess, they're going to have to deal with that type of headache and they don't want it. So they're backing you off to keep everything copacetic for them. So you got two different ones so far. One are just hiding and avoiding you. Others are pushing you back and like, no, I can't help you. No. They're kind of, you can get a hold of them, but they're backing you off like, I'm not helping you. I won't help you. This is a lot of fun, isn't it? But there's going to be at least one, if not more. And if it's more than one, it's 2, 3 at the very tops at the most. Of people who will do what they can, but they're not going to let their own situation suffer from it. I'm getting the Queen of Wands here. It's a beautiful card. And I feel like this is what's coming towards you, and this makes you feel better. This is similar to this other energy, similar in the sense of like things are going well for these people, but they're not saying they won't help you. They're saying they'll help you to a point, and they'll give you direction to a point, but they have to mind their own business to a point too, because they have to keep their own ship afloat. They have to make sure their own excuse me, their own responsibilities are taken care of, and I'm feeling the rough energy come in with this, they'll only do so much. And the reason they're doing this is because I have to make sure my stuff stays correct and taken care of, and I take care of what I'm responsible for. So I'll help you as long as it doesn't impede on my responsibilities, but then I will help you where I can. I will offer assistance where I can, as long as it doesn't impede on my responsibilities. Now, when this is coming towards you, you've got the Page of Cups on your side. You're thinking, at least somebody's helping you. At least somebody's helping you. You know what I mean? If everybody had this attitude, it would be a lot easier on you. But at least a couple people are being a little bit more decent to you. And you completely understand this. They have to take care of their responsibilities. You understand that. You understand that, like, it's not a shock to you. Like, all right, that's rational, that's cool, that's fine, I get it. But when they have a moment or when they can help you, they will help you. And you're like, you know what, I need more help than this. Honestly, I actually need a lot more help than this, but at least it's something. It's better than being left out in the lurch by the rest of the people here. So I'll take it. I will take it, and I'll be thankful for it, is what I'm getting. Because you understand, like, this, whoever is helping you, being at 1 to 3 people tops at the most. But if it's 3 people, it's like there's not a lot of time to help. Like, these people are really, they got a lot going on if that's the case. If that's how it's happening, though, you're getting enough that you're able to start piecing it together. You're slowly able to get the situation under control. And you're getting a deeper insight through these people. Like, Aquarius is really sharp. I know it's stereotypical of Aquarians, but you tend to be. I mean, you really do. So you're kind of like, all right, I can only get so much help, only in certain times, when it's possible, when it doesn't impede on their own responsibilities. Okay, cool. So you're thinking this through, and you're like, when I get a chance to talk to this one or that one, whoever it is that will help me, I got to make it the biggest impact I can. I got to ask the best questions. I got to think this forward. Anything I can't answer myself, I'm going to have to ask those questions. But anything I think I might have the answer to, I'll push those to the side. Like, you have to categorize what's needed, what's going to get you the farthest. You know what I mean? What's the highest priority? And I feel like they're saying, just make sure you get that in your head ahead of time. Like, because there's going to be impromptus, just spur of the moment times, where you're just going to have a moment to ask a quick question and get a quick answer. And I feel you kind of categorizing it. What do I need? What's a quick answer that I need? All right, so I ask this now because that's a quick one. This is more in depth and really important, but I'll have to wait because it's going to really kind of draw on some time, and I'm not going to do well with half an answer. So you're working through this. This is feeling quite thick. It's feeling like there's a lot going on here, quite frankly. All right, so you're bringing this forward. As we keep going forward, quite frankly, you're figuring it out. It's taking a long time. When I'm feeling temperance here, it's taking a long time for you to get a hold of this. But it's slowly getting better. And it is making more sense. And you're making some changes or doing some things that other people are asking you questions. When you start seeing people asking you questions and asking you how you're doing things, that's when this is starting to even out. That's when you start to tip the scale of power more in your favor, because I feel like after a while, through figuring it out on your own, you're finding better ways to do certain things that other people don't do it the way you do, but it works out better, and they want to know how you're doing it. I don't think they care why. They just want to know how. I don't know how that feels, but there you go. It's taking a while, though. It is taking a while. And I'm getting you like it when you're feeling the acolytes when people start approaching you and asking you for help or assistance, or how do you do this and how do you do that. You're liking this a lot better, and you're feeling a lot better about this situation. Now, here's how we're ending the situation, and there's some weird cards here at the end, which, yeah, one face down, okay, and I cheated and looked at it. All right, so we got these cards at the end, and this is how it actually showed up, and this one's focus. The one that's face down is focus. I feel focus being face down is, I feel like other people are trying to usurp something from you, almost like they're trying to take credit for something that's your idea. And I'm getting this Ace of Swords with the rigid here. I feel like somebody else is trying to take credit for something you figured out. You're making something else go better. You figured out a better way. Because you were left on your own and you just had to piece it together on your own, you don't know how other people are doing things. You only get so much information at a time. You had to make things work, and you had to piece it together bit by bit, slowly by slowly. So the way you do things, a couple things, or a few things actually, are completely different than everybody else because you had to create the whole situation yourself to what made sense to you. Other people are taking these things on, asking you questions, but ultimately I feel somebody else taking credit for your work because you did this, you made this happen, you brought this together. Other people learned from you, and then somebody else, I feel, taking the credit for doing things differently and better. I'm getting that's the danger here. And it's going to go with your situation, whatever that is, but they're like, keep that in mind as you keep going forward. You might want to make sure the right people realize what you're doing at the right time. Someone's going to be trying to take credit for what you're doing. Because I feel you being very... why do I want to say ingenuine? I do want to say that. Like you're trying to be okay with it. And I feel like that's the ingenuine thing. Because it's almost like somebody takes credit for your stuff and you know you can't do it. By the time it happens, it's just kind of like it's out of your hands. You're not in a position to fight it. You got so much else going on, so many other things. It's just like, whatever. And you just keep going. I just feel like you don't have the time to fight it. And then someone's being very ingenuine to you. I am connecting it with this, by the way. The Queen of Wands. So somebody that helps you today, that's almost like how that's how they're balancing it out for themselves. Almost like they feel like because they helped you when you needed it, this is going to help them, and they're going to take credit for that. Keep an eye on it. I don't like the idea of somebody else taking credit for you creating a process and then they get like accolades for it. I don't think that's really right. But that's where I see this going. And I know just me as a reader, I'm trying to find a way around this to make this better for you. They're saying this is actually going to happen either way. It's just kind of a lesson about who this person is, so you can see this person a little clearer, because this is not the only time this has happened. It's the only time it's happened to you so far when this happens, but it's happened to other people. And I'm getting like there's going to be other things that come from this later. So they're just saying if you see it coming, you can handle it a little better. You might be able to reserve, or like you'll give enough to make a change, but you'll hold enough to the side so you can prove it that you're the one who made this happen. Something like that. So I almost feel like when I said, they may want to know how, they may not want to know why, but they want to know how you're doing it. Don't share the why. I feel like that would maybe give you an angle here, because later on, when that person has to explain how they came across these things, if it comes to like a push-shove, who actually did start this first, if you each give your story separately, privately, about why you chose this, why you did that, you'll have all the whys. You'll have all the backup about why this happened then, why you chose this, why you did that, and they won't. That might be what saves you here. It might actually turn this around. It's not, it's going to be a bit, it's like, it just feels like a bit before you can actually prove it. But if the opportunity comes and you need to, just don't give the why. Give the how, don't give the why. All right, I think that's good. All right, I think we're going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.